Today I am coming back over to my actual account, the one that I spend most of my time playing, and I have kind of neglected this account for a little while by doing more free-to-play stuff and all that good mumbo-jumbo. Today, well, I need to do something here. This needs to get solved as fast as possible. As see, we need to get 15 wins to get our EXP up. We need to do all of our dailies. We have 2 dailies that we need to accomplish. And also, and worse off, we're only in gold tier here. We haven't played anything in limited at all. We've played a little bit in gold, but I've been mostly playing my regular Coffee Stout account, Coffee Stout and whatever numbers are behind it, just for the YouTube channel, just doing the completely budget from the beginning, free-to-play account. Today, though, we are going to be playing an archetype that I think will start to become more important when Dominaria comes out, and will continue to be more important in the future. We got a lot of cards rotating out in September, but I think this meta is heading towards enchantments. Now, I have different styles of enchantment decks I like to play, but I got this one directly from untapped.com. I did add a couple of lands in here to add some consistency on getting lands, and removed a Commune with Spirits, and also removed Jukai Naturalist, right? But I think this deck will become more powerful. I have all the cards ready to showcase, and let's get a look at what we're looking at today. So this deck was designed in order to be a control magic enchantment deck with 4 Circle of Confinements, 4 Touch of the Spirit Realms, and matched with the Weaver of Harmony, which is other enchantment creatures you control get a +1/+1 counter on it. And you can tap for 1 green and copy target activated or triggered ability you control from an enchantment source. You may choose new targets for the copy. Oh man, mixing that up. But let's see. What does that mean? If we use Touch of the Spirit Realm and you exile up to 1 target artifact or creature your opponent controls, you could do this twice. Now, I don't think it would actually work for the channel, but you could take 2 things from your opponent that they have played, that they're getting value from. You could take 2 of them with just Touch of the Spirit Realm, or 2 creatures with Circle of Confinement. Why are these enchantments, though? Why do we want to play mostly enchantments? Well, you get a Jukai Naturalist out. All enchantments cost 1 less to cast. You cast this for 1, take out 2 things with a value 3 or less. Or this one, take out, just paying 2, and you can remove artifact or creature. No mana cost specifications at all, but you can remove 2 of them if you tap 1 more green mana with Weaver of Harmony. Generous Visitor also works with this deck because whenever you cast an enchantment spell, put a 1/1 counter on any target creature. The Kami of Transience, he also gets a 1/1 counter anytime you cast an enchantment spell. And if an enchantment leaves the battlefield, you can return him from the graveyard to the hand. So he's kind of an immortal attacker. You can always be attacking with him. If he gets removed, you bring him back. It's great. Interesting part about this deck is these 3 cards right here are the only cards that are not enchantments or lands in the entire deck. Circle of Confinement, Mashiko Reign of Terror, Spirited Companion, Ruin of Might, Weaver of Harmony, Jukai Naturalist, and Touch of the Spirit Realm are all enchantments. These guys get bigger with enchantments, and this is all of our enchantments. No matter what we play, we are going to get bigger. What else do we have in here? This makes our guys a lot bigger too. Target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each artifact and or enchantment you control. And the 3rd step is the Portrait of Machiko, which is +1/+1 for each artifact and enchantment you control. So, you have 5 artifacts out in the field, or enchantments out in the field, and he's a 5/5, right? So he gets really big. And there's no reason to have really large creatures unless you have a way to do trample damage, which can be done with Ruin of Might. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has trample. When he enters the battlefield, draw a card, right? So you're replacing the Ruin, and you're also getting that stupendously important trample ability. So I really like this deck. I think it has pretty good synergies. I play a fairly different version of this most of the time, but today we're going to showcase what they have on Untapped to be kind of the baseline of this deck. I don't think most people are playing this in its current form. I'll show you what form I like to play in a later video. But this is going to be the base of what enchantments are able to do. Hope you enjoy the matches. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you think about enchantments, if you play enchantments, if you don't like enchantments, because there are varying opinions on whether enchantments are actually good at all. Sometimes they're very consistent, and then they have the tendency to not work well if you don't get your Kamis of Transience, if you don't get your Commune with Spirits to be able to search, if you don't get the land drops that you need, of course, right? There's not a lot of drawing. Spirited Companion, of course, will draw a card. Rune of Might will, of course, draw a card, and you could copy that ability with Weaver of Harmony, but there... and Commune with Spirit is able to go in and get a specific enchantment you want or a land. So there is a bit of card draw and card advantage. There's card draw, but there's not card advantage. You're not going to have more cards unless you're copying with Weaver of Harmony. So there might be a couple of weaknesses with this deck in order to be a good control deck, but overall, I think that this deck really hits hard. It bites really hard if you can get your tools. And that's what variations of this deck will do more consistently. But let's showcase the baseline, what this deck is trying to do. And we're going to get right into some matches right now. Let's get into it. Now, I want to bring up that we are working in gold. I really did kind of neglect this account for a while. So, yeah, we're playing on gold, so we should be able to get some very solid wins in here. This deck was a deck that performed really well for a long time, so... Generous Visitor or Kami? I think Kami. That's first strike. Alright, red-green. And a Sticky Fingers. Treasures galore. So... what do we want to do here? We could drop the Generous Visitor and try to outpace the opponent here. We place the Generous Visitor, then Jakai Naturalist, give him +4/+4, swing, next turn remove that creature. But I think that creature becomes too big in the process of waiting. Yeah, we just do that. He did get a treasure out of Sticky Fingers, which I'm not happy about, but it's not the end of the world. We could definitely move beyond that and not worry. Opponent is slow to react, but he gets around to a forest. I'm going to caught him by surprise with enchantments. Stimulus package is fantastic. Okay, starting with the Generous Visitor. Following with Jakai Naturalist. Pump the Kami. He's a 5/5. And then Mashiko, Reign of Truth. Pump the Kami. It should be able to get above a red. Don't think there's many spells that can hit for, 10 damage or 7 damage without Mashiko. Opponent down to 7. Really peaceful rain coming down in game. And victory is bliss. Bookworm. Let's see what Bookworm has. Generous Visitor. Dog. Weaver of Harmony, and Touch of the Spirit Realm. So we got a little bit of control. We got a little bit of way to get around our deck, and we could start making Generous Visitor or Weaver of Harmony kind of... No, we don't want to make Weaver of Harmony bigger. Spirited Dog or Generous Visitor a little bit bigger. I think we keep this. And, yeah, now we have to figure out what we want to do with mana. We got the Botanical Plaza. But we're going to do something like this. A pathway. We need to get untapped lands down quickly with this deck. I think the most expensive card in this deck is a 3 mana. So... Oh no. Is he playing enchantments as well? Pump the visitor. Swing with the visitor. He doesn't block, or shouldn't. He's thinking about it, though. That would have been pretty nice for us if he blocked with the Jukai Naturalist. It would have made his artifacts more expensive. Tapped land. Gains life. Kami of Transience. It is time for Weaver of Harmony to do some work here. Weaver. Make the Naturalist bigger. Weaver. Or Spirited Companion. Right. And then Commune. The reason why we don't play the Touch of the Spirit Realm yet is we really want to get both of those creatures, and the only way to do that is with Weaver of Harmony. We're swinging for 5 with the Naturalist. We're seeing if he wants a block. A block would be, again, fantastic for us. Opponent does not block. Opponent is slow to react. Generous Visitor. Spirited Dog. Pumping Kami. And, oh! Circle of Confinement. What's he gonna grab? Anything but the Weaver would be fine. Weaver would be brutal. Takes a Naturalist. Also a little bit brutal. I'm gonna have to get really lucky on drawn cards. And we're not gonna block. Awesome draw. I was getting a little bit worried there. Let's pump the dog. Double. Now we have to deal with that Generous Visitor. We lost our Naturalist, which is going to make it harder to gain life. And he's got another Naturalist that's coming down. Okay. What's he swing with? He's going for 3. We got a Circle of Confinement, and this just shows you how powerful Weaver of Harmony is. I know Quovergo Blue is not sold on this card, and I've seen it kind of disappear since he kind of said it. So I wonder if that's kind of on purpose. Grab this. Tap Weaver. Copy Circle. Grab the Visitor. Yeah. I'm personally very sold on the card. Opponent down to 7. Catilda. I sometimes run Catilda in this deck. Ooh. We drew a Jukai Naturalist. I think I play my Jukai Naturalist. We want to get the dog and Nashiko down. But we want to keep pumping that dog. I kind of want to draw another card off of Spirited Dog. Wow. Let's really force him to block the dog. We can actually swing with the Generous Visitor as well, because Spirited Companion is now fatal. Actually, they're both fatal.
That lifelink is the only reason why he's still in the game. And he's got to find a way around this now. He's running enchantments, so I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a 4th white. If he does, I will be very surprised. Yep, we're taking some damage. And that's game. Do that. Tap Weaver to copy Mashiko. Hit the Naturalist. Yeah. Swinging for 20. Wow. Fatal turn 1 move. But I wasn't saying that Covert Go Blue, made a mistake when he was talking about Weaver of Harmony. What I'm saying with that is he typically likes to play control magic and very few creatures. And if you're always tapping the creature that you have on the field, you can't really block with that creature. So I think that's why he doesn't like it. Now, I play decks that have quite a few creatures in them. So I have a very different perspective on what a good creature is. I like creatures that do things. They are blockers and they can do things as well. Covert Go Blue plays more control. You can get into trouble playing against control with creature decks, but generally you have enough to overwhelm them. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's get into another match. Field of Ruin. Ugh, that's gross. I don't think this is keepable, because we don't have the green mana. This one we do have the mana. That's the only way to draw. But I don't know I would put it on with this hand. So we'll start out with a visitor. Oh, hello. How are you? Mono white. Gross. Yeah, no attacks. He'd block. He'd take that block any day. Monk of the open hand. Do we block this? No. I'm going to let that one through. But I'm pretty sure this is going to go as a loss. We need Weaver down. And we sit. Oh. Apparition. That's really disgusting. We still have health. Rune of Might, not good here. But we can draw a card. We're going to draw 2 cards. And they're not helpful. Great. Oh, mono white. Whatever will we do without you? Yeah. Have your fun. I feel like I'm versing my gobos. This is definitely scoopable.
This does go to show that Mono White still definitely has a place to play in Magic the Gathering, Standard right now, currently, until it goes away here in about a month.
We needed control and we didn't have control. It happens. Alright, we got ourselves a Weaver, Generous Visitor, Spirited Companion, and 3 lands to boot. We're going to have to draw some good stuff. We're starting with some good stuff, but we'd like to draw some as well. Starting with Visitor. Enchantments. We haven't been able to draw the control we needed in previous rounds. There's no need to rush the field. So I think we just make everything cheaper. with a naturalist. Swing for 2. Swing for 2. Oh! Blood Tithe Harvester. And, we want to go green here? Let's go Kami. And let's see what he wants to kill. Let's give him some choices. Swing for 4. Block. Negative. Got a lot of really good choices to remove. I'm giving you all of the choices. Mirror Breaker comes out. Let's see. Do we draw another card with Weaver of Harmony? I think we have to, don't we? But I think we play Visitor, Companion, Pumping Naturalist. Yes. We want to tap that and copy the card draw. Oh yeah. Next turn's going to be beautiful. Here's the thing. Do we want to play this now? I think we do, actually. Keep pumping the Naturalist. Put 1 on him. And 5. These both get through. But we're swinging for 17 right now. Good game. People don't expect enchantments anymore. You gotta respect them. Okay. 2 Weavers. Commune. Spirited Dog. So we got a way to dig. Dogs like digging. What do you say? Oh man. We don't want a 3rd Weaver. So I think we just grab the mana and move on. Control. Awesome. Weaver of Harmony. Of course, Shwari Disruption. So. Red-blue could be a bad matchup for us. Let's get the farmland down. Let's get Weaver out, or at least try to. Let me guess, bounce. Yep. Bounce him away. The Celestus. Alright, so do we want green or do we want white on the field? We got 2 white already, so I think this goes down as green. We put Generous Visitor. There's no catch, so I'm guessing we just go right through the Weaver of Harmony, and we do. Okay. Expressive Iteration. That is an artifact. We could technically grab the Celestus. I want to see a creature, though, before we do that. Don't get it. This is probably a it's probably counter magic. We can't really worry too much about counter magic right now. It's got a stop on. I am going to copy that draw. Another Mashiko. That's mana, right? It's only 1, though. So is that a bounce spell? How about we find out? Haven't found out yet. We're actually going to put it on the dog. It was a bounce. We can still get him for 5. Wait. Oh, no. Right. Because he just entered the battlefield. That wasn't my bad. Pump the dog. We're going to go ahead and tap Weaver for this. Play a land. Play a visitor. Play a dog. He's going to do something. He's not going to let me do this. We drew another Mashiko's Reign of Truth. Alright, Behold the Multiverse. Doesn't really stop what we're doing. We have 9. You're probably looking for a bounce spell, which is both good and bad for you. It allows me to draw more cards. Huh. We could save the Generous Visitor, but I don't see why we would. We'll let it go. Swing for 9. We will save that. Channel it. What that does is it exiles it and pops it right back onto the battlefield. So we've been able to, oops. Now, I was able to get rid of my dogs and Weaver of Harmony. But we're hoping he's running out of steam. We certainly are not. Let's put white down. He's got to deal with Portrait of Mashiko. There's Goldspan. Goldspan is too big for Circle. 2 cards in hand. What do we think they are? He's already used 2 Fading Hopes. Yeah, that's 3 or less for sure. Sometimes it's always good to make sure. Let's get the Generous Visitor out. And then start dropping these in. And of course, we're going to spread the counters about, because we don't know what he has in his hand. Mashiko's the only thing that can attack this turn. Swing for 12. Opponent at 14. And it goes through. Opponent down to 2. He's seeing if he could destroy any lands. I think we've got him cornered. That's totally fine. Let's tap it for green and scare him a bit. And grab a green. Totally intimidation right there. Maybe he falls for it. Another Goldspan. You can't possibly attack, can you? Down to 8. What's he going to do? We are right there. He's definitely got a plan. Unexpected Windfall. Sacking more mana. Another Unexpected Windfall. Land. Pass. Let's give both of these counters. And we're going to swing here. If something happens, we can always use Spirited Companion. Breaker Horror. Dead. We just beat Izzet Control. Not bad. And really well played, too. He stuck around to the very end. Wow, no lands again. I was just about to say last game we didn't get any lands, and now we're in that same position. There we go, we got lands. Okay, we could work with whatever this is. We have lands. I'll take just about anything at this point. Oh, hello. Uh-oh, I missed it. Here we go. Cool, cool, cool. Weaver. Pass turn. Strangle. Red, black. Are we dealing with a straight-up removal deck? Let's play that as white. Dog. We draw dog. Don't mind that if we're going up against some sort of removal deck. Touch the Spirit Realm. I think that card is really good, so we're going to remove it. Opponent says, oops. I will say sorry. That was oops on my part, it looks like. Well, maybe not.
Finally, a new conquest. Go ahead, plead for mercy.
We'll decline. Let's think here. If we do another Spirited Dog and then Reign of Truth, that should be enough to remove that Ob. It is.
Well now, you've gone and ruined all my fun.
Thanks. Very talkative opponent. Let's see what he has up his sleeve. He's had a lot. Meat book. We'll just end turn here. We can put Rune of Might on Mashiko.
Enough, you petty notions of morality. All that matters, your punishment is my entertainment.
Okay. Naturalist. Ruin. Drawing a card. Circle. That could be important. Oh. The opponent says, oops. Blood Tide Harvester. What does he want to do? Does he want to minus for... Does he want a minus for damage? Or does he want a devil? I think a devil would be well suited for him. But I think we're in decent shape here. Another Ob coming out.
I'm the new boss around here. Join me, or die.
This is where Ob starts to get a little bit dangerous.
Go sow some chaos.
We
Define
will
me,
decline.
and you'll lose everything.
Okay. We're still in good shape. Weaver. Now, I think we play Mashiko here. We want to save the dog. This will kill them both. Mashiko's got trample, so shouldn't even block. It's going to block anyway. I probably would not have blocked.
My empire crumbles.
Okay. Then we play our Weaver of Harmony. We're in really good shape here. This is a really tough matchup for us. He doesn't have many tools left. Deadly Dispute on the Oni Cult Anvil. Okay, I can respect that. I could definitely respect that. That's kind of a desperation move right there by opponent. Deadly Dispute on the Treasure draws more cards. Did you get the right cards, though? You got a Blood Tithe Harvester, and I don't think that that's enough, guy. Put this on the Naturalist, resolve it, because we want to confine Harvester and the token. And right to 0. Great game by the opponent. Fantastic fun right there. Fantastic fun. I really enjoyed that.
And we're back with a post-game wrap. Wow, this deck did kind of exactly what it was supposed to do. For a while, people were playing around enchantments, and it wasn't as strong as it is just because people were playing the exact counter to this deck, right? But now that that is not the case, it has a place, I believe, in Standard. I think it has a place for the next year or so, especially with Dominaria coming out. Masterpieces are going to hit the field. We're going to have sagas hitting the field with Dominaria. And I really think that there's going to be a much better deck in the future, especially for when we get more tools to play with. This is a really good base set. I play it differently. That'll be highlighted in the future. But let me know what you guys think about enchantments. Do you guys play enchantments? Do you want to play enchantments? Where do you think enchantments are going to be in 6 months? Leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe if you feel so inclined to do so. And until next time, this is Coffee Stout. Have a magical day.